Hi everyone, this is Cyberproductions, and this is my 500 subscriber special. I haven't really done a video like this at all. Keep in mind, I apologise if I seem a bit, nervous, but I haven't really done a face reveal like this. I mean, I did one ages ago, but that one was really old and outdated, so this is a new update, I guess you could sort of say. Anyway, pretty much, today is my 500 subscribers special, and I would love to talk about, my ADHD and my autism, and a bit about myself and my YouTube, and I'd love to introduce one of my best friends who I've known since, high school, and since the beginning of it, pretty much. And we both have autism, and we'd love to, do this video on how our experiences with autism have shaped us through our lives.
Alright guys, so I'm going to explain what's going on here. So pretty much this video is going to be uploaded to 2 separate channels. And at the moment, I'm going to introduce you to my friend, Nathaniel from Cyberproductions.
Hello guys.
And for the people who are watching from Cyberproductions, I'm Jayden. So I run Jaydens Autistic Guide to Masculinity. And it's about autistic men improving their lives and becoming more masculine again. So that's for Cyberproductions. Anyway, Cyberproductions, what's your channel about?
Well, pretty much. Hi guys, for those that don't know or missed what he just said, I'm Nathaniel, and I run Cyberproductions. And it's mainly a Doctor Who YouTube channel that I started 8 years ago. And so pretty much I have just been making either what do you call it? Fan film themes. Just fan-made thing. You guys get it. For those that understand Doctor Who. For those that don't, it's I'm doing
So it's pretty much doing filming and stuff like that. He does a lot of intros to Doctor Who, which I really look up to. A lot of your work, it looks like you work really hard on it. Well,
I do. I mean, I try my best. There'll be moments the longest that I ever spent on a video was probably a week. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but put it this way, for those that don't know, it's not really need to know, but I don't have a job. So I'm kind of just trying to, feel my way around this world and trying to navigate it as much as anybody else. And so, pretty much, I've just been trying to, focus on my music and just myself.
So
and
it's very
good.
music orientated as well, because the intros are to do with music, and he'll mash up for my viewers. He'll mash up different sounds to make the Doctor Who theme. And also visuals as well, which is really, really good.
Yeah, and I try to make my own visuals, even though that there are free to use stuff. I tend to use mainly most of the free to use stuff. That's why it's quicker, I guess. But look, there's no secret. Everybody else does it. But as long as you credit, and that's okay. That's what I do. I make my own music, and I put stock footage of certain things together to make my own thing. And that's not a problem. If it is, then
keep going.
I was just going to finish off quickly. I do plan on doing for my YouTube channel a Transformers fan film. Now, because the only reason why I say that is because I had a pilot made 4 years ago or 3 years ago now, and I've always wanted to continue on that. So that's what I want to do. Maybe this year, maybe next year, I don't know. But there's actually quite a few projects that I've got. But that's pretty much my YouTube. I like to do a lot of that stuff.
He really enjoys his stuff, and he's been doing it for about 10 years now. 2015 you've been grinding at your YouTube channel. So way longer than me, guys. For the viewers who don't know, for Cyberproductions, I've been doing my channel for about 2 years now, 3 years.
I've been doing mine for about 8. Yes, I know I've only got about 500, but that, to be fair, I did start my YouTube channel in high school, so I didn't really have a lot of. Well, I did, but I didn't have a lot of
general knowledge of YouTube and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Also, yeah, you would have been spending a lot of time at school rather than
exactly
you know,
rather than
time to do
YouTube.
videos.
Yeah, and so
yeah.
pretty much, I'm actually very surprised that I've even gotten to, and I'm very impressed that you've gotten to 300 in 2 years. I only got to 300 in like 7, 6, 5 even. So that's my point, guys. Is like, yeah, it's just you've got to really try and like with YouTube and that, it's just something that you kind of just stick at, and if you falter, that's okay.
Yeah, if you're not
just keep
consistent,
going.
as you can see, you can tell that. Like I've tried to help Nathaniel a lot along his journey as well. A lot of the videos that I produce on my channel has also helped him, and
I can agree.
How do I describe it? I've done, not that he's watched the videos, but I've helped him with those formats, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like for those that if you asked, I mean, anyway,
Cyberproductions.
he's trying to explain that like. Oh, what was it?
How would you describe it? I don't know.
He's trying to like, so when he makes a video, he's trying to...
I might help him with that personally. I might talk to him about that rather than him watch the video.
Exactly,
So, yeah.
because like he's going to like use a format that I will understand, not a format that is like his mainstream format, which I
more
understand.
Personalised to him.
Yeah.
And that's what, if you were to do one-on-one coaching with me, you get that personalised format as well, and it's helped a lot of other people that I've helped. So.
And for those who don't know, he does do a bit of that. So if you can,
so one-on-one coaching.
Yeah. So if you love to get help with your autism or just an understanding and of ADHD and that, Jayden with autism. Sorry, Jayden's guide with autism. So Jaydens Autistic guide. God damn it, he'll help you with that. So yeah.
All right. So moving on now. So what form of the spectrum are you on, Nathaniel? Because how were you diagnosed as a kid, and what were you actually diagnosed when you were younger?
Well, pretty much when I was growing up, I actually didn't know that I had autism at all. I was just known as the special kid, or the odd one out, or the what else could you call it? Yeah, you get the gist.
Disassociated with other kids, not having much friends, maybe them not understanding.
Yeah, and and that's kind of why I will bring Dr. Who into this, is because pretty much the first couple of years of school, it was really hard trying to be friends with people, because I was very out there, I liked Star Wars. I didn't like a lot of the things. I didn't like cars as much as people did, in my school. I didn't like I was just very different, and when I did find my group of friends, right, they were good. They were really great friends, but then we all have kind of fallen out. But look, that's what happens when you grow up,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that we ended on bad terms. We all just got busy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I still try to, obviously I still keep in contact with him, with Jayden, but, I've got heaps of other friends out there still, which is good for what am I trying to say? I'm not trying to get off track here. The friends that I have now, or the one friend.
Building you up as well.
Yeah.
Rather than tearing you down, because he had a lot of friends that would
do that.
Tear him down, and not in a way that was positive. Not in my way. I believe I tear Nathaniel down, but I tear him down in a way that is positive.
Yeah, it's
what does a surgeon do? Well, a surgeon, they cut into your skin, they hurt you, but they fix you. So sometimes a bit of pain is the way to go, and a lot of people these days don't want that pain.
I know.
People go, no, I don't want to feel that little bit of pain. I'd rather just beat around the bush or whatever.
No, you got it. And coming from someone with autism, and both of us, right? I don't like people that beat around the bush, because if people beat around the bush, then what are you doing?
What are you achieving?
Exactly.
There's no achievement to beating around the bush.
Exactly. What, you're trying to just keep their feelings from being hurt?
Yeah. And also,
unfortunately, you've got to go through the pain in order to grow. That's how life works, unfortunately.
And also another point with what Nathaniel said then is sometimes as an autistic, you would think, okay, how do I describe it? You think they're saying one thing and they mean that, but they actually mean something else. But we kind of miss that point.
Yes.
And we go, oh, okay, that's why we've gotten ourselves into trouble in the past because we've missed certain social cues that we should have. It's not us being rude. We're not trying to be rude.
Exactly.
It's just that we've missed the social cue.
Exactly, because we don't understand it like everybody else, and that's why like a lot of people, and there's a lot of people out there, even like you and like me, even in my own time, I don't have a YouTube channel, but in my own like life, I try to advocate
a live YouTube channel, he meant.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You haven't got a live YouTube channel.
Yeah, no, I've only got like for my hobbies, and so pretty much
just gotta get my water, keep going.
It's okay. Pretty much yeah. Sorry, I have a bit of the spotlight here, guys. Hello. But not for very long. But
water boy is back.
The
water man.
What was I talking about? We can just cut this bit. It will just continue.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And Nathaniel hasn't really got much. He doesn't talk to the camera much. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I'm not really good at this sort of stuff. I'm just.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I say to a lot of people and a lot of my viewers as well, if you want to get better at something, you just got to do it. Sometimes you just got to press play, and that's where, if you go back to my first video, it was not good at all.
Yeah, and actually, good the point that you said that. I'm actually gonna for Jayden's viewers, right? With what he just said there, you just got to play it. You just got to do it. There's been many times where recently I'll find myself in a predicament, and I know a lot of you guys will probably, probably not, but a lot of you guys will probably have felt this thing of like your executives, once you understand executive dysfunction. You do come a little bit reliable on it, and you do play on it. So, I am admitting a little bit of my own shit here. My own stuff here.
That's fine,
but
doesn't matter.
Anyway, yeah. Yes, you do have executive dysfunction. Yes, it does stop you from doing stuff, but there is ways with like working around it, and there are ways with working on it to make it better and to make it occur less.
And also, I think the biggest thing with a lot of autistics as well is the comparison they make to other people.
Yes.
So that discourages them to try and not push themselves, if you know what I mean. So
yes,
you think you're worse than what you are, but you're making yourself worse than what you are.
Exactly. And also one point I just wanted to say to the viewers, even though I seem a bit intense, that's not me. It goes back to what he was saying about the social cues, because that's just how
I don't think that's intense though. I think you're.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing.
He just doesn't. He just doesn't see it. He thinks he's being intense, but he probably isn't for what we're videoing. It's not.
Yeah, I feel like it's and so that's where I'm at with my autism and that. So I'm still, growing and learning like everybody else. And this whole video is just to sort of, I do want to help those that are struggling. With I have grown, but I haven't grown a lot as much as I want to. But with those that haven't grown as much as they want to, like I was, say 8, 5, whatever years ago, right? I can even say a year ago, right?
You want to help?
Yeah, I want to help you guys, and even if that's me appearing on Jaydens' channel every so often and me, posting this on my channel, so be it. But I'm getting off track a bit.
I think we'll move on now.
Yeah,
we'll go to, more about, because this is going to be more about Nathaniel.
Yeah.
You guys, from my viewers, you remember I posted a video, I think when I hit 200 subscribers, and that talked about more of my life story and my general life story. This is going to be more about Nathaniel and his experience with autism. So a little bit of a different topic, but it's pretty similar, and we've already dove into a lot of good things, I think.
We have, I think so.
It's pretty deep in what we've said.
And I actually feel like, and I hope this can get like across to people, because like, you know, this is another thing I'm gonna add. One more thing. Oh wait, no. Anyway, be yourself. Don't let anybody falter. Sorry, don't let yourself falter. Don't let anybody else bring you down or tear you down. Even like, you know, there can be constructive tearing down, but if people are tearing down just for the sake of it, then no.
Yeah.
Get them out of your life. Get them out of your life and make sure that get lost.
He has a little bit more experience than me with those things. I haven't had those experiences.
Which unfortunately with like, look, I wouldn't say unfortunately, look, this is just my experience, and like, yeah, this is what the video is about. I have been taken advantage of, and I'm not trying to get anyone else to pity me. I don't want pity. I just want to get this out.
No, you got to get it out there.
Exactly.
Like what I did on my 200 sub special.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't want pity. That's the thing. I just want people to understand this is what I went through.
Yeah.
Anyway, pretty much, there are some things that I can't say, but there are some things I can say. And, you know, mainly, most of the things that happened was I had a dad, but it was broken. I had a broken family growing up, so I didn't really, you know, have a lot of the family events, and I kept very isolated, unfortunately. But, you know, that's where I kind of found Doctor Who, because, you know, the Doctor was a lone traveller, and I kind of felt like I related because I felt very alienated to the world like the Doctor does, because he's an alien. I mean, yeah, he gets along with us, but he still feels like, you know, he knows he's an alien. He still feels like that. And that's why, you know, this show has kind of become my own personality in a sense, because, or for what he stands for, what the character stands for, and what he does, is because, well, that's kind of like, those were, he was
reflection of you as well.
Yeah, those were my parents growing up. Like, you know, the Doctor, Optimus Prime, I'd even say, honestly, like, because growing up with Optimus and just like Transformers and Doctor Who have to be one of the most like biggest influential things of my life to sort of just be a better person, and just to like, you know, not give a damn about what other people think of me, you know, and just, you know, yeah, like, and that's what I hope most autistic people can kind of do, even though, yeah, I still have moments of like, oh, what are people going to think of me? I just go, when that happens, I just tend to go now, okay. Okay.
She'll be right.
Yeah, she'll be right. Put my music up, blast my music, she'll be right. You know? Oh, and one more thing, if you want to know, I listen to the Doctor Who thing almost quite extensively.
He's also, I rang him before, and then I actually didn't talk to him about this, but he's put the Doctor Who theme as his, what is it, when he goes to voicemail, and I was like, oh, he's awake, because I was trying to wake him up, and I was like, oh, he's awake, and then he's like, can't get to the phone. I'm like, oh, it's just voicemail, because I didn't know that he did it.
Yeah, I did do it. I thought, because I got it from a thing, right, where there was this video, right, of this old school gamer guy from the 80s, and he was like showing this trick of what people used to do back then. They used to play music of a certain game, right? And they record that, like for the voicemail, they record it, and they record that bit that they want, and then they record over that bit after like that certain bit that they want for the voice tone thing. Like I did, leave your name or whatever the frick I said at the beep. Yeah, you know. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it for Doctor Who. Even though if I do get a job, I'll probably have to change that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
but that's
okay.
I
was thinking that as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I just thought for the time being, stuff it. I'm just going to...
Yeah. I think we're going to move on.
Also, apologies, I do swear a lot. That's just because my vocabulary is like that. It's not because I'm mean. I just...
I don't think
Australian.
Mean now.
I know. I get worried.
Yeah, Australia.
Yeah, just Australian.
Australia.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
let's move on. We haven't really covered, you know, all of this, so we're going to get into your general experience with autism and how it affects your daily life. You think, like from how you wake up in the morning, from how you go to sleep at night, you know. All those things.
Okay, well, with my daily life, I can definitely say that. Let me just take a drink.
Because I feel like sometimes you tend to get off track with what you're doing during the day.
Got water on you.
It's fine.
Okay.
You know,
Anyway, yeah.
I find that you tend to get off track with what you're doing pretty quickly during the day.
Because
maybe because your ADHD is fine.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't see that as like much of a hindrance for me, but I do. Like, how do I put it? Like, oh, sorry.
Because like sometimes you need that focus. Sometimes you do need to. Okay, I need to get this done because sometimes things might take longer to get done.
Yeah,
because you're kind of just dragging it along. Just like, oh, when is this going to be done? You know.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll just be. How do I put it? I'll say, for example, I'll go, okay, I'm gonna go clean my room, and then I start cleaning my room, and then everything's going good. I'm putting the stuff away. I'm on track. I've come across a doom box. And for those that don't know what a doom box is,
I don't even know what that is.
Really?
I know what you're talking about.
Well, okay, this is something good. A doom box, fun fact, is for those people that have ADHD and I think autism. I'm pretty sure that was just ADHD. A doom box is pretty much, okay, say for example you got a box, I don't know, a cardboard box, a container of some sort, right? Or a drawer, right? That's a doom box, right? It's just a drawer or a box of things that you know that are in there, but they do not relate to each other at all, and it's organized so chaotically, and it looks so messy in that box. But that's your doom box, and that's neat to you.
I actually get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like you've seen my room.
Yeah.
Yeah, my room has a lot of doom boxes.
So then you like it's like another dimension. Like you go to open it, and you're like, I don't want to go in there, and you close it.
Yeah, you're like oh my god, what the.
You open a portal and you stick your head in the portal and you go, I wonder what's in this portal. And then your face comes back out and then the other guy's looking at you like...
Yeah, it's
so
like,
imagine the portal's here. The portal's here. I stick my head in, you can't see my face.
Yeah,
and then I'd stick my head back out and it's like... and then you just walk away.
That's it. That's literally
there's
it.
no explanation.
No, I just...
But yeah, with daily life, it must be really hard to, obviously because you have ADHD, it's a little bit different as well.
Yeah, like having both autism and ADHD, it's like, like as much as people might say like, oh, just go do it, just get it done, just do this, just do that. Oh, I know autistic people that can do this. Oh, I know. Yeah. But that's the thing. I've got both.
Yeah.
So I've got autism and
ADHD.
Right? So how do I put it, right? I've seen all these, like, there has been a lot of memes around, but I have been also looking up what actually it is. And so pretty much it's literally your brain fighting against itself because you've got two divergencies that are trying to gain control over the whole brain. But they can't because that's not how that works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So usually you will kind of like... The funny thing is with you is you'll just kind of shell up rather than there's no doing, it's just shell.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't get done.
And it's really weird because although I wasn't going to bring this up today, but just for context, I do have two other things. I have OCD and complex PTSD, but I won't get into that. But anyway.
The main things is autism.
Yeah, and so pretty much I feel like though that my complex PTSD does tend to, stuff with my autism and my ADHD and that because it does hinder me from going like, oh, I can't do this. Oh, for example, say, just with being confident with I don't know, I've annoyed someone off or something like that, in the past or whatever. And I can't do it again. And it's just like, it's so confusing on how to explain, but it's just like, I can't, my brain knows that I can't do this again. My brain knows that, I can't.
How do you describe it? I don't know.
It's like... So yeah, to clarify what I was trying to say, pretty much the way I perceive information, it's very scattered. So it comes in very solid. then it just like...
It's like strong.
Yeah, it's strong, it's there, you know... Not
It's like, yep, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, even if, like, you know, it's repetitive, right? Well, sorry, no, that's what I'm getting to. Sorry. Yeah. Once it goes in, like, most neurotypicals and whatnot, you know, they can just go like, oh, yeah, this is how it is, yeah, cool, done, sweet, let's go, right? But with me, it's a lot more like, okay, hang on, no, wait, what's going on? I need it to be repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated until it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
Until that line can go back to being solid rather than, like, half solid, half not.
It's
kind of discarded.
You're getting information in, and every time the information goes in, it gets more stuck in your head. Is that a good way to explain it?
Yes, exactly. Because
so, for example, it will go in, out the other, and then as it starts going along, it will filter more into your brain.
Exactly.
So less is going out your ear. Okay, it's going in. Oh, okay, there's not much light at the other end this time. Kind of like a good analogy to think about.
Yeah, because it's pretty much like there's not enough light reaching the other end of that tunnel. If you keep feeding enough light to the other end of that tunnel, eventually
it will light up.
Exactly. Yeah. That's kind of like how I am at the moment. So
So that's how I think it affects your daily life.
That's how I think it affects me.
Yeah. Affects your daily life in general because. Yeah.
And that's the other thing too I would like to mention as well, is that's another thing about my autism and ADHD. I don't even realize half the stuff that's happening to me. And that's something that is like pretty scary for me.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, oh my God, like
I think
shouldn't you realize, shouldn't you know what you know what I mean? I mean, yes I do, but like how do I put it?
I think once it's been put at the forefront of your mind as well, like if I picture something or see something about what you're doing might be not incorrect, but it's like, oh, that might not be acceptable. Okay, I'll explain it to him. Not acceptable, but like maybe he's going the wrong direction and he thinks he's going the right direction.
Yes.
But then I'll give him a point and then it'll
make him
redirect him and realise something else.
Yeah, because sometimes I didn't think of that.
Yeah, you'll stay on like one point and you'll be like, no, it's like this. But then you might give it another point and then it redirects your trajectory. I don't know. Trajectory.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. You can definitely tell we have autism. But that's fine. Trajectory.
Yes.
Yeah. So pretty much I am like, I've been a very, how do I put it? Very misguided and like lost, because like that was the other thing with like my daily and my school. It kind of coexisted within one another. Like they weren't never separate.
Yeah. Okay. And that's what I was gonna get into the point. Like, how do you think it affected your school life and your relationships and, you know, growing up? We've only been out of school for about 5 years, so we're still pretty young at the moment.
Yeah, you know, and it's just like that 5 years I've had the time to think. Holy
And I think
crap.
it's more difficult because you're out of school, now you've got full control of your life and you have to take control. And that's what's difficult for Naf.
That's something I'm gonna have.
Yeah, he's had like, you know, during school we get given our work, we get given what we need to do. You know, the teacher's always helping us, they're there. But now that we've entered adulthood, you're kind of forced to take the wheel, and not anyone else is going to get you out of that ditch, but only you can get yourself out of that ditch.
Exactly. And
just giving that to the people who are on, you know, Cyberproductions side, the understanding of how I think of things as well. That's how I like to think of it.
And I hope you guys on my side are, like, you know, getting my... Because, like, this to this and to this is not very good. But from this to actually doing stuff, oh, that's great. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's
pretty
more hands-on than...
Yeah, I'm more... Exactly. But, I mean, look, if it's Doctor Who, yeah, sure. But that's the thing, that's my point. Doctor Who, Transformers, all that, it was repetitive. It was repeated into my head all the bloody time. I mean, yeah, because I did it. But that was the point. none of my family or anything like that really got me out to do anything like that.
And that would have been hard as well.
It
growing
was
up.
because my mum was. I don't know how else to explain this, but my mum was. I just say, mum was bipolar. She wasn't a bad mum though. She was great. She just, like every human, you have flaws,
Yeah.
and
we all have our problems, and
exactly.
I'm not perfect as well. I don't.
Exactly.
And it's not perfect.
Exactly, and it's just it.
And I think that would have affected your school life as well. That would have.
Because mum never
hitting.
pushed us to go to school,
Yeah.
Even if she wasn't sick, or whatever, or couldn't get us to school, there was just no way of getting to school. It was just if she was sick or not having it on that day.
Yeah.
Not going to school.
And that's where
doing something.
your motivation isn't there, and you always feel like you need motivation to do something rather than just doing it. That's probably where you get that trait from.
Is that I need the motivation because I can't get it. It's just not there.
You always need,
naturally.
You always feel like you need that stimulus to be able to do something rather than just disciplining yourself to do it.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Which is hard, especially during school, because
and
your motivation to get out of bed for school wasn't there as well. If that makes sense. So that would have affected your school life. That would have affected everything about your school life, since this is about your school life. So
and I mean, look,
good point. I think
one more thing to sort of just make it all make sense as to why I am the way I am now. Now I'm okay. I'm okay.
He's
fine.
okay.
I'm fine. I think he knows what I'm about to say, but pretty much it has been a really tough 3 years.
5.
3.
Oh, okay.
It's been 3.
3 years. Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about school.
No. So 3 years. Now it will be 4 this year. Jesus. Since my mum passed. And she was like one of the best freaking, how I put it. She would just do everything for me, so it was just really convenient. And I loved her for that, I loved her for her too, but my point is it was good that, I had someone there to help me all the time and to support me and to, try, I still had to do chores, and still had to do certain things, but they were dumbed down only not because mum thought I was stupid. She just knew I couldn't handle all the things at once, which was good. So now that she's gone and, I'm with my dad. My dad's great too, and so is my stepmom. I don't know why I'm saying this right now, but anyway, that bit. Anyway, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It's just...
And your mum would have kind of been there to, lift you up, support you and stuff.
Exactly, because, she would have pretty much done everything, whereas my dad now is a bit more like, you got to try and do it yourself. And look,
that's a good thing as well.
Yeah,
both parties are always going to be different. Feminine energy is always going to be different to masculine energy.
Exactly.
But as a male, you do need that, you need that masculine energy as well to get you through.
Exactly. Because I feel like I do not have it all. I've got a little bit of it, but not as much.
It's there. You just got to dig deep to find it as well.
Yeah, because I grew up with my mum.
Yeah.
Mainly my mum and my sister.
Problems these days.
Yeah.
A lot of people get raised with the females, and the males get raised with females rather than being with their dads, because their dads are out and about working, rather than mentoring their son. That's what's hard. But now you just got to deal with it now, and you just do the best you possibly can inside your own head.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's why I've kind of realised now, and that's why this whole video is about me trying to share my experiences to show what I've gone through, to show you that look, now with all the stuff that I've been through,
you've gotten better as well.
I think I've gotten a lot better, and I think one other thing, if you're autistic and are thinking about a relationship at 20 years old, for the love of God, don't do it. I'm serious.
Wait. What was your point again?
Relationships. Just focus on yourself.
Yeah.
It is important.
Especially if you know you're not where you you're not where you're at, and you know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's my point. Not just don't go date. That's
Yeah.
not what I'm saying. I'm saying like with a point. Yeah.
If you're pursuing a relationship and you know and you're not
Pretty
ready
young.
for it,
Yeah.
you know you're not ready for it. That's the main. Like, you could be in your 30s and you could be not ready for it.
Actually,
It could
right,
be true.
Yeah.
You could be in your 40s, but sometimes people don't have the. They need to kill their ego in a sense to be able to say, hold on a second, I'm not good enough for this. I'm not fit enough to date someone. I have my own mental problems that I know I need to fix.
Exactly.
Let's just deal with that first, and then we can move to the next thing.
And and that's why, like, you know, I say that because that also can relate to general stuff too.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
You can try and find the level playing. No, that's not it. We can try and find like the common ground with what's going on, inside our minds and that, in order to try and help each other and not. I'm kind of going off track here a bit, but no, I'm trying.
That's fine. Just keep going.
But next point.
Okay.
Do we want to do?
Yeah, sure. Let's go to the next point now. So,
all right.
Next point is, what do you think? What drove you to keep pursuing your YouTube channel in the long run? Because obviously we know how difficult it is to run a YouTube channel and how much work it takes to do that. So with your mind, I would think, hold on a second, someone like Naf, he's not going to be able to do a YouTube channel. Like, someone in general might think that because just the way he is. But look at that, you've got 500 subs, man, in 10 years. That's pretty good. Like, if you stopped and you gave up and you got bored and you didn't care, well, then you wouldn't have done it. But also you enjoy it.
See, that's kind of the point I was actually going to bring to, was what drives me is actually the fact that, fun fact, so about...
So what do you think kept you motivated doing your YouTube channels?
I'm trying to think. Because pretty much I started, because now that you guys know, I started again, because I actually took a break from about 2019 to
2021 maybe?
Yeah, I think 21 to late 2021, early 2022. And I know it was not very long, but it was because, I had a lot going on, and I was actually in a fan film Doctor Who YouTube channel, which is still going. I'm not going to promote it, but I'm just saying. I'm still watching it, but if you know, you know. If you don't, then...
You don't.
Yeah, I don't know. In a future video of mine on my channel, you might have viewers, or any of Jaydens' viewers that want to go into... Anyway, both of you guys, both of the audiences. Yeah, I might... shout them out later on in a later video. I don't know, because I'm planning on doing some sort of collab thing, but I've got to ask. But anyway,
why you didn't do anything between 2019 and 2022? Why is that?
Pretty much I felt like I wasn't good enough.
There you go.
I wasn't good enough. I felt like I wasn't good enough, and I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna, be like how everybody else is, but then I kind of was just like, okay, because I don't know if I just, I put my YouTube to the side. I honestly thought I was like, okay, yeah, I'm never going to do it again. But there's actually a quote from Stan Lee, rest in peace. And I don't know if you know, if you don't, well, I don't know it off by heart. But pretty much he said,
I don't remember it either.
He pretty much said, if you have an idea, make it. He said, he's like, don't give a damn about what others think. If people don't like it, tough.
Yeah.
Or something like that, like, just, if you've got an idea, if you think it's really good, then keep at it, keep doing it, and like, if other people don't think that it's not good, well, that's their problem, isn't it? Yeah.
So that would have led me to my second point with, obviously you've kind of already explained it.
I have.
Like, what made you feel unmotivated? As you said, like, you felt like you didn't belong, you didn't you didn't think you were a video editor. You
Yeah.
truly thought, no, I am not good enough to do this, so why do I need to do it? That's what you thought, which is self-inflicting upon yourself.
And because
Yeah.
and because at that point I had done 5 years already, and I was like, oh my god, this is really good.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
But did you think, I should be better than what I am now at that time? Did you think, I don't have enough subscribers?
Yeah, but at the same time, I understood why I didn't have a lot of subscribers, but I was a bit like, but then that is kind of why I did stop.
So did you understand that? So why was that? Because you said you didn't understand why you hadn't got much subscribers.
It was because of the content that I was, producing. So for example, right, a lot of the content I was producing was like, say, they'd have a lot of copyright strikes next to them. Yes, I still get them now, but the copyright strikes that I get now it's okay because like my videos are still there. They're not taken down by the BBC or whoever owned them or whatever, it's just they can't be viewed, I'm guessing, in like certain countries, but as long as you can view it in Australia, that's fine. But like that's the thing though, UK and Australia are they're my top viewers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're my top main, where my viewers come from.
Which is usually most people watch
Doctor Who
in the UK.
Exactly.
So that's prime.
Yeah, exactly. And most of the majority, of course, is in the UK. It makes sense. So yeah, and so that's awesome to me. And so pretty much, wait, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm motivated.
Motivation.
So yeah, pretty much
your self-inflicting thoughts had
killed
you off pretty much.
Yeah, killed me off a bit.
Good.
But ever since those events in 2022,
you realise you needed to keep going.
Yeah, I was just like, well, because she's gone, I was like, well, I need something to keep me happy, don't I?
That's amazing. If you stay stagnant and you stop and you're not moving, well then you have to remember you're always going to stay in that spot. You're never going to know where you've actually moved to if you tried moving.
Exactly, and that's one thing I was going to say too, for those with autism and that, I don't know why I keep saying that. Anyway.
Yeah. I think I know what you're going to say.
What did you just say?
I think I know what you're going to say. So what he's going to say is sometimes you stay stagnant, right?
Yeah, that's pretty what I'm saying, yeah. No, keep going. Sorry, I find it interesting that he knows
me like a naff.
Yeah.
He's looking at me like how you used to, and I thought it was funny. It's like, that's funny. Anyway, so he would say stay stagnant. So for example, you would stay stagnant. Well, that's the only spot you've ever seen, ever. But if you move, well then you have moved. Yeah, you haven't beaten that guy, but why does that matter when you would have just stayed in one spot anyway?
Exactly, because if you moved, then you would have gotten the experience.
Exactly. Whereas some people just think, I'm too scared to move, I'm just going to stay here forever and ever and rot away, but then you never knew what you could have done. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I am kind of worried about not doing anything, and I feel so stagnant. And because I'm just like, well, it kind of makes sense. But look, everyone at my house at the moment, it's good because people are actually trying to my stepmom's trying to help my dad because me and him are pretty much the same people, and we are terrible with not terrible with cleaning. Dad's better than me. My point is trying to consistency. That's the point.
And also trying to do what you can as well.
Exactly.
You have the time to do that, so that should be a given. You need to just do it.
Exactly. And because
instead of doing nothing, because you have nothing else better to do. You can do that.
Exactly. And it feels so weird, from someone like me who's 23 years old, right? For someone like me to say, I only know how to cook pasta, hot dogs, macaroni, then also I only know how to, do the dishes, clean some counters. I don't really know how to see the stovetop.
But also, I don't think that's
all
a
these
problem.
Things. No, but it's things that should have been taught to me by my either mum or dad.
Yeah, I guess so. But also sometimes I don't know things as well that I feel like I should know, but I never went and figured it out. So why be upset that, okay, I haven't, you know, the good thing about our age is we got the internet. We can just go there and we can look at it. Right?
See, that's the thing. Because of my family, they're so old school. I literally have said to Jayden so many times, I completely forget that I have a phone. I completely forget that I've got Google. You know, if I've got a question, I just sit there going, what? What could this be? And I'm like, all right, yeah, Google exists.
Maybe also another thing as well is maybe because you want to figure it out on your own terms.
That is also,
so
because
kind of like,
I like doing that. I like doing
yeah.
that.
I don't know on anything else, but at the end of the day, we've got these phones and
it just feels like cheating.
Not that it feels like cheating.
No, but that's how I feel about it.
But also think about it like this: if I were to get into a go-kart or a race car, and there was this big tech that was introduced, well, I'm going to be left behind no matter how good I am. So say I'm the best go-karter in the world and I kept the same tech, right?
Right.
This is just an
Example, yeah.
I keep the same tech. Okay, this is an old go-kart. I'm actually driving better than anyone else, but I'm still losing. Does that make sense? So no matter how hard I try on that old go-kart, I'll never keep up. So you have to kind of go with the times. You have to go, okay, I'll get this new go-kart and then I'll be quicker than them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're a bit like...
So you have this access, you have the accessibility to be able to go on your phone and look it up. And there's people that are also probably better than you at doing that as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and look,
so you're just leveling the playing field.
Yeah, and now I know that that's okay. That's why I'm like even if I do get myself to the level playing field of that's fine. If I can at least try and level up the playing field and not get better.
Otherwise you get left behind and you're doing, as I said, you're staying stagnant. You're
exactly.
moving forward.
And I've been feeling like that for the past 5 bloody years. Yeah. It's not good.
No.
And it's not, I mean, look, yes, I can admit it is to do with laziness, but it's also because
and that's
I have
good.
he
admits it as well.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
But I also am annoyed with the lack of guidance that I've had because I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I don't know from your point of view, but I actually never asked you this, but was I didn't really ask questions a lot in school, did I?
I think this is actually a good point, because sometimes when a teacher would say for you to do something or they would guide you, you would also sometimes get back at them when you were annoyed.
Yes.
So then they would scream at you because you reacted in that way. Yes. So in a way, if you did that 10 times, well, you didn't get anything out of those 10 times. Where if you just accepted what they said in humility, then it would have been different. Then maybe you would have taken it on. You would have been able to take in what they're saying. But because you were always frustrated, you were annoyed all the time, you would get annoyed at the teachers, and they would just get annoyed, and you and the teacher wouldn't actually get anything out of it if you think of it like that as well.
No, because I was very, I'm not trying to stand up for myself here, but I was just a very passionate kid back then.
Yes.
Because I was very stubborn, very passionate, and so I just, And
I think
once
you know that he knows that.
Yeah, I do know that. I'm saying it. God damn it.
Yeah.
But Oh crap.
Once you would get in those situations, maybe a teacher was trying to help you, or maybe you were doing something that pissed off the teacher, then you would retaliate. And because
the only reason I retaliate because I wouldn't see that as a bad thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that point. That's a really good point.
Yeah. Because I didn't see me reacting the way I was as a bad thing. I saw it as me standing up for myself.
Yeah. So you just thought, okay.
Because I thought if you just comply to the teachers, then what are you doing with your life? You're just being a slave to society. Yeah. That's all. I know I sound a bit extreme, but it's just that's how my way of thinking thinks sometimes. Because I don't like the thought of being, authoritism stuff. Just all this. You have to be like this. You have to be like this.
Yeah.
You have to be like this. You know what I mean? It's just very
He wants you want to do it more your own way as well, but also sometimes you need to think, and as I said, in humility, sometimes you need to think, is my own way actually right as well?
But that's the thing. What is the right way? That's a question that I have actually questioned a lot in myself, is that everyone in the world has their own sense of the right way, right?
Yes, you are correct.
Right. So, what truly is the right way?
Yeah, you're right. You are correct. But also...
I knew there was a butt coming on anyways.
But also, it's... I know you're not going to like this, but sometimes it's within the own community is what is deemed as good.
Yeah,
so
I know.
It's hard because for my viewers, you know...
It depends on where you grow up. That's what is right.
No, I'm saying like... Huh? I'm saying like... It's hard in a sense because you might think something's right, but because that area or that society thinks, oh, maybe that's wrong, well then, it's kind of, I can't really describe it in an easy way, but pretty much you could think, okay, most people think that is the right thing to do, well then maybe that is the right thing to do. Because you can, does that make sense?
Yeah, okay, I see.
Because like, of course, if you go, let's take a big extreme, I don't know. If you go do something really bad, okay, you murdered someone.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, you know that is wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, and some people might think, oh, hold on, but how do you know that's right? That might actually be right, you know what I mean? But morally, you know it's wrong. So
yes.
You still need that standard of, well, what's right, what's wrong.
Well, everyone does have that standard, of the moral high ground, but that's what I'm also trying to explain too, is that, like what truly is the right way. And because there's so many different variations.
Yes, you're
right. Like, is that just everyone else's, like,
I think you also overthink it as well.
I do.
So, for example, if you're going to go and cut a fruit, well, there is 10 ways to cut a fruit.
And I'll overthink every single way.
Well, there you go. So, he will think, and that takes a toll. And I'm like that as well. It takes a toll on your mind when you're overthinking about, how do I put sticks in a bucket? Okay. My task is put sticks in a bucket. Okay, do I put the sticks that way? Do I put the sticks that way? Do I put the sticks on an angle?
Or do I chop them up and put them in there? So or do I put more than 10 in there because they actually haven't filled up the bucket? Or do I
so it's like that is a strength, I believe, for us because we see things more deeply and more we see things at a deeper level because we overthink it in that way.
Exactly, but we also need to try and not think too deep because we freaking cook ourselves.
Yes, we do. It's like it's like trying to swing a golf club or a tennis racket or a cricket bat. If you try so hard to hit the ball, you'll actually hit the ball less harder. But if you just go back and go a little bit smoother, you'll actually hit the ball harder.
I've noticed that because if you... Oh, wait, I was going to get off track, but if you kind of just with the tennis...
If you're smooth, but if you just go, hit it as hard as you can, you're like, you hit it wrong, and you don't hit it in the sweet spot. So, therefore, overthinking is good, but it's also bad at the same time.
Yes, and I hope that, and I don't know if Jayden's seen it around, but I've seen what he just said around a lot on a lot of videos like this, but I'm just hoping that can also help you guys too. Like, I'm just hoping that none of the stuff that you hear is repeated and you guys just go,
you get what's being said, I guess.
But I mean, if you guys are like that, then so be it. But
if they were, they would have clicked off the video already.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, for those that are still here, thank you. I'm sorry that I'm like this, but welcome.
No, I think
now I'm going okay.
That was really good points with what you said about school and stuff and and that's where like with school as a kid our egos were really high, I believe. We didn't truly destroy our egotistical minds. So when a teacher comes up to us and asks, you're wrong, well, we're gonna retaliate in that way of saying, well, I don't want to accept that is right because you've made me feel bad, right?
Yeah.
Because the teacher might have said this is right, and then you've kind of taken that like, okay, I have my own ego. I don't know what is right, so I'm just going to take I'm going to take offense to that.
Yeah, because...
Which is kids. Like, we're all going to do that. Well, as kids, we all did it. We're all egotistical in our own way.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we're adults, we can grow from that and see those things for what it is rather than see it for what it was not.
Yeah, exactly. Because...
And you grow.
Yeah, because, for example, when it would come to like certain topics and stuff like that,
At school,
it was definitely a struggle for when, say, I don't know, like, because with me, I didn't understand what, like, and this is a thing where, like, I don't know if this is just me being, you know, like, a not very nice person, I don't know, but, every time the teacher would say, or someone in my class would say, why don't you put a little bit more effort in? Why don't you do a little bit more effort, a little bit more effort, a little bit more... Those words would be one of the many words that would set me off.
Of course it would, because you're like, you're trying, you actually are trying as hard as you can.
Yeah, I was.
And then the teacher or someone else is coming up to you and saying, no. So that is also it's both parties' problems.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, you're just telling me to do more because I've just done enough as what I think I could.
It's
like,
their problem because they don't understand you.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
The issue.
Because
but
it's
also,
like, what if...
Maybe you genuinely weren't doing as much as you think as well.
Probably not. But
as I said, both parties is always going to be at fault.
It was just like the way...
It's two sides of a story.
Exactly. And it was just the way that... how do I put it? It was just the way that, you know...
You interpreted it?
No, the way that I was laying it out, I do know that. The way I was laying it out sometimes and not putting borders around to make it look neater. I'd be like, nah, don't need that.
Oh,
like,
you're giving examples of like drawing.
Yeah. Like, that's what I mean, sort of stuff. And like layouts and stuff like that, you know? If like... It'd be mainly the written work stuff that I get, you know, freaking harked at for.
Is this more primary school? Or
high school.
High school as well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Primary school actually was a lot less. I was actually a bit more compliant in primary school. It was just... a few times though. Like the first bit of primary school, I think I was year 2 or year 3.
Just going to fill up my cup.
That's okay. I'll just keep talking. That's okay.
Yeah.
So when I was like year 2 or year 3, I can't remember. I got into a fight with a bunch of kids at the time, and I think I was actually year 2 or reception or year 1. Anyways, very young, and pretty much we're all playing on the playground, and if for those that live in Australia, or I don't know how like well known these like slide things were, but you know those slides with like the 2 poles. The 2 poles, and you put your legs over it like that. Yeah, you go down. Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
I don't know either, but
put one on the screen.
Yeah, and so like and so pretty much I went down on one of them, and something look, I can't remember detail for detail, but I know something happened to me that pissed me off, that caused me to push, I think, a girl or something down that slide. Yeah, I felt at the moment in the moment I didn't, but afterwards I did.
Felt bad.
I felt terrible. Sorry, no. I pushed Rick. There's a guy called Rick, and then there was this other chick that I think
she got hurt.
Yeah, she got hurt because I think... No, that's right. It wasn't by me, but it was by a friend that was helping me do... It was weird. So, like, the friend that I had, he also had similar... Like, he had Asperger's and that, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, we kind of got along in that sense of, like, you know, like... We stuck together for a little bit before he got suspended and sent to another school. Anyway, because he was a lot more, like, intense than me. Yeah,
That's crazy.
So, pretty much what happened was... Something, like... Something happened, he goes and punches the chick or me. I can't remember, to be honest. Look, if it was me, I feel like an idiot. But anyway, one of us punched the girl too, as well as pushing the guy down. And I got suspended.
Yeah.
And that was not very nice. I can't remember.
What year was that?
Oh God, I was in year 1, maybe year 2.
Okay, you were young.
Yeah, I was very young, and so, but that's unfortunate because that was my home life that I was, succumbed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it wasn't that bad. I'm not trying to make it. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't freaking blood guts and all that. It was just a bit intense for a kid. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, just a lot of yelling, a lot of slapping. Not punching, but slapping. Anyway, yeah.
Maybe we'll move on to the next point.
Yeah.
Which is...
there's something I wanted to finish off with that point, though.
Yeah, keep
what
going.
was it?
Do you remember?
What talking about?
Which point?
No, before that, we just on... Sorry, this is my
talked
brain.
about... honestly, I don't even remember either.
It's okay. We'll just move on then.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next one.
If I remember, I remember.
So pretty much, if you would like to share, you've kind of gone over a lot of it, but I'll just rephrase it again.
Yep.
Generally rephrase it.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to share, what do you think has been your biggest struggles in life? Like just generally, I would say.
Well, to be honest, for what I've told you guys, and from what he knows, I'm guessing a lot of you would say my mum, right? Fun fact, no, that's not the biggest struggle.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? Interesting.
Yeah.
Because it
so
was.
we would think that your mum's passing was the biggest struggle.
Exactly.
But it wasn't.
It was, but not anymore. Now...
I'm saying throughout your whole life.
Well then,
That's what I meant throughout his whole life. What's his big struggle?
It was definitely that, but
that you went through.
Disregarding that, my biggest struggle at the moment, and in life,
say at the moment.
Yeah, and it's been that's what I mean. It's like one of the things that has kind of been spurring the last couple of years, and it's kind of a now problem. Anyway, that's getting a life. Well, I do, but
that's getting a life. And
yeah.
Just pointed at the camera.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not what I meant to do there, guys.
He's cracking it now.
Yeah. Oh no. Anyway,
I just gotta let you know what you need to do is get a life.
No. I hope you guys could understand the humor in that.
Okay. That was fine.
Okay.
That was fine.
Okay.
He didn't mean it like that, but once he said
it,
it was like, okay, that was fine.
See, that's a good example for what we're talking about. I don't realise certain things that I say.
But that's our humour as well, so...
Yeah. But anyway,
what
what I need to do is not point at me, point at you. Anyway, I need to point at you. Fuck. I need to get a life, and I need to start.
What do you mean by he says get a life? But what do you mean by get a life? Because there's so many.
Exactly, you can do so many different things. It's just you've got to keep yourself. You've got to keep yourself busy. You've got to keep growing, keep learning, and knowledge is one of the most it's not one of the best weapons you could ever have in the world.
Yeah. I agree with what Nathaniel said.
And
I agree that.
As much as some people might think about it and be like, what? What do you mean? They're just words. Exactly. Think about it. They're just words. Right? The dictionary has a lot of powerful words in there that could bring down a government with a sentence.
Whoa, that's a really good point.
Exactly. It's just no one knows how to use a dictionary in those words like that.
Or no one knows how to put words together.
Exactly.
To be able to
that's a thing for another video I might do. Yeah, we might review the 1984 Orwell's book.
What's that?
Oh, I'll talk to you about that after. Anyway, that'll be for another video maybe. Okay.
But no, I think that's a really good point about your biggest struggles because,
Oh yeah, I mean, yes, it was my mum, but now it's I mean, honestly, it is still my mum, but it's fear in the mind of
clearing.
Oh, so what?
Clearing the mind?
Yeah, clearing, not fearing the mind, clearing the mind. Yeah, and trying to keep a level head as much as you can. Like for example, like say I don't know, you start having issues at home. I'll go for a skate or a bike ride or something like that, and then that usually helps clear my head, and that's good. And just do something that sort of eases your mind from what I find as an autistic person that loves sci-fi is that escaping reality every once in a while is the best thing you could ever do. Honestly,
obviously to a point, because
to a point, don't fully do it.
If you're fully always immersed in it, then that can also be a negative thing.
Because that's what I was getting to the point of myself, where I would just continuously watch sci-fi. Because that was the only thing that made me comfortable, made me calm, made me, relaxed. But then I forget there's other shows out there that isn't sci-fi that I do like, and I do like watching. And for those who know, you might not know, but for those who know Sons of Anarchy, I love that show. It pretty much is about, bikies, and the main protagonist doesn't want... People correct me in the comments if you do know. I have watched this before. It's just been 3 years since. I'm currently doing a rewatch, so bear with me. But pretty much the main protagonist wants to get rid of the current president of the bikie club because the main protagonist wants a better life for them, to do actual good stuff, not illegal crimes. He actually wants the bikie gang, to do, and it's over 7 seasons. He tries to get leadership to be ordered to get but unfortunately, because of how life is and because of what his life is like, they had to sometimes still do the dirty work. But that's why I like that show, because it teaches you a lot about no matter what you do, there's going to be a lot of
conflicts
and
situations that are just difficult and hard and you have to get through.
And even if you know what you're doing, no.
So let's go on to the next point, which is, what do you think your biggest strengths are in life? Because we haven't really talked about strengths.
And I do like thinking about it, because...
Well, I already got a point because we were talking about it before, which was the ability to be able to look at things and overthink them in a good way.
Yes.
And analyse it in a good way.
We're able to, we're able to overthink in a good way,
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's bad, but sometimes it's good.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It depends on the situation at hand, I guess.
And that's the next strength I guess we got to work on, is trying to not,
Because maybe if we just zoom out a little bit.
Yes.
So, for example, if you were to think, okay, there's 10 ways to cut an apple, right? And you zoom out and you rethink about it, maybe you actually be better than what another person. You might actually be better if you think about it. Yes. You might just need to take a step back and underthink a little bit more, and then you might be better than another person, or you might be, you might actually do better because you're not swinging the racket too hard.
That's crazy.
Isn't that a good thought?
Yeah, it is, because today for example, we went for a bike ride today because...
That's why he's a bit sweaty as well.
Yeah, I'm a bit sweaty.
What are we doing on the bike? Are you going to talk?
I was very
focused.
No, I wasn't. I was very oh god. I was
tired.
Yeah, just oh my god. But then all of a sudden,
it was pretty hot.
It was, but that zoom out thing that you said, I was wait, yeah. I actually zoomed out and sort of because what I was struggling with while riding today, everything looks so close up, and I was like, why does everything look so? What that? I was so
overbearing, I think.
Yeah, overbearing. Everything just looks so close up, and I kept looking. I was looking at the ground, not in front of me most of the time, because
a me problem.
Oh yeah, it's just I can't I don't know. It was looking at the world just seemed whoa. I felt so tiny.
Yeah.
Even though we really are, but compared to not to ants, we're giants. Anyway,
So what was your point? You zoomed out.
Yeah, what is that? Do you have an understanding of that? Because like every time that happens with me.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because that always happens with me. Because I've always explained, like I don't know, I don't see the world normally. I see everything seems blurred or like zoomed up. Or, it just doesn't seem right.
You know, I actually remember a point. I remember when I used to race go-karts. When I first was getting into go-karting, I would have these weird flushes of like the world passing by in a way that's like, oh, hold on a second, I'm actually racing right now. I'm actually driving.
Yeah.
And I feel like grateful for
That's kind of what I felt today.
Yeah, it's like, whoosh.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I felt today. And it was just like this over sense of like, oh my God, I'm alive. I mean, that's a good thing, but it's just like, it was just like, whoa. You know? Like, it was just different.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's nearly time to wrap it up.
I think
You got anything you're going to ask me? For your viewers?
Actually, give me a second. I'm just...
If you got something, I don't know.
Usually when I yawn after like conversations like that, it's because my brain's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
He's cooked now.
I'm cooked now.
He's cooked. He's been talking a lot this podcast. And that's all I wanted. I wanted him to talk. I didn't want to talk too much. But if you want to ask me a question, if you can think of a spontaneous question, hit me up, boy. For your viewers.
Well, for my viewers, honestly...
As in for me. What could I say to your viewers? I don't know.
Could you maybe give my viewers a sort of... Yeah, actually, you didn't... I mean, yeah, you did, but like, give them a better example of what your channel's about.
Okay. Yeah. Done.
Yeah.
So pretty much what my channel is about is, helping young males on the autism spectrum, become more masculine. Because a lot of people, they seem to be very negative. A lot of people are just negative in general, and because I got myself out of a rut a long time ago.
Yeah.
When I was at my lowest point, I got myself out of that rut, and then
you got pretty low.
Yeah, and then ever since then, maybe after when I improved myself, the first 2 years was me trying to kind of get back up on my feet. So it did take a while.
It did.
You remember, it was like 2 years until I kind of figured out, okay, no, I'm actually going to improve myself now. And then that year, bang, I just flipped the switch and I improved my mental health and my mind, and everything became so much more clear.
Yeah, and ever since then, my personal point of view, I was genuinely worried about him. It was getting to the point.
In the day,
back in the day, because it was getting to the point where I wasn't even sure what was going on. It was just
in my mind.
My God. But yeah, it was all the stuff that was going on in his mind, and it was just.
It was really negative. I guess.
It was.
But sometimes as an autistic, you just need to. You need to have time. Time is valuable.
Yes, because for me, right, I struggle with going to bed because I feel like there's not enough time in the day for me to do everything that I want to do.
But also you get up later as well.
Yeah.
And also another point with that, I'm specifically talking about long term. So some people, they'll go to the gym for 5 weeks or 6 weeks and they think, oh, I feel so tired, so lethargic and stuff because I've been trying so hard and I haven't gained any muscle. But that's a long-term thing. It's just because I want this now is what's making you not want to go to the gym anymore, for example.
Exactly.
And so in the long term, you need to tell yourself, okay, if I just do these little things, it will compile into positivity and it will make my life better in the long run. Yeah, I don't see it right now.
No.
But in 3 years' time, it will.
Yeah, and especially because over time when you grow, especially with your with autistic minds and mine as well, it's very hit or miss sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you kind of have how do I put it? Some days you just be like, oh, I did this. How the hell did I do that? But then some days you'll be like, okay, I was able to do this, the other day, but
I think
What
that
the
goes for
actual
a lot of people as well. A lot of people do have that. Like, I've had times where I'm going really good here, and then I go really bad.
yeah.
Now, I like to think of like a sports analogy with like top tier sporting people. Imagine the pressure that the top tier people go through. They're winning, they're getting championships, they're winning gold, they're getting this, and then all of a sudden this rookie comes or this other person comes that's better than them, and then they get shunted down, and then how do you think they feel?
They feel so cramped.
That would feel bad.
Yeah.
So it's, even though that athlete can either they can either crumble from that, they either can go, nah, I'm really bad now I'm just going to retreat and not,
or they can just keep going.
Or just keep going, and who knows, maybe your best that person did, their best versus this other person, wasn't good enough for that person.
Exactly.
But you have to accept that. That's fine. Athletes have to accept that. Not everyone is the best or the main character. That's just the fact.
And that's another thing I'm going to mention too real quick is that I know myself, a lot of autistic people do tend to do that.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you did, but...
No, I think I do too. I do as well. I think I still do as well.
Okay.
And that's something I'm trying to be aware of and trying
same.
to do.
Because I don't like being the main character. I don't like being I'm not a main character.
It's kind of
I'm
like
me.
a cliche thing,
you know?
It's kind of a cliche thing, because that's also thinking you're better than someone else as well.
Exactly.
Which is where the ego comes in. Again, the ego.
Yeah, and I liked how one of my mates also mentioned that better is actually not a good word.
Why is that?
Because hear me out, guys. Pretty much, better makes you sound, well...
egotistical.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait, so then what should I say then, saying, I want to be better?
So what do you say?
You say you want to grow.
And
I'm like,
that's it. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, neither did I.
From an egotistical point of view, that is a good point. Like, if you're an egotistical person and you say, I do this better, well, maybe you should rephrase the way you think.
Yeah, exactly, because it's not that you do things better, you've just grown. So yes, you do it better, but that does not make you better than anybody else.
No.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, this is why I kind of like this sort of stuff.
What,
just the little, messages. But, do we want to, wrap up?
I think we're going to wrap it up.
All
So
right.
anyway, I'll go first. Like and subscribe to watch more educational content about autism. I'll also link my channel below. So that's Jaydens Autistic Guide to Masculinity.
Yeah.
If you want to grow as an independent young male on the autism spectrum. Bunga dunga bunga dunga bunga dunga bunga dunga. Cut to the Doctor Who.